Hello there YouTube, welcome to another video here on the channel. My name is Emily. Today we find ourselves in the lovely Brighton, on the Brighton Main Line, correction, not on the Brighton Main Line, on the East Coastway Remastered route by Dovetail Games, and we've got the lovely Rivet Class 171-7. There's two versions of the 171 that come in the pack, the 1717, the 1718. 1717 is a 2-car, 1718 is a 4. They do actually all cover different services, so that's pretty fun. Next, well, you can see it's part of the remaster. Got lovely things like this 387 here, which has got some minor setup issues. And this class 700. Finally, 700 on the Brighton Main. How fun is that? What else? Anything over here worth looking at? Yes, so this is one of the trains that comes with the route. So this is the 377-4 over here. This is what came originally with Brighton Main Line. Pretty snazzy. I keep saying Brighton Main Line, I mean to say East Coastway. That came with East Coastway originally, I apologise. The primary difference between this and the 3773, this is a 4-car. The 3773 is a 3-car. And this has this style of headlamp, whereas this has the older style of headlight. Basically, no, neither of them have pans, so yeah. The 3773 will be marginally quicker, but when you make one into a 4-car, correction, a 12-car, it gets slower because of the draw. Don't ask, just trust. So yes, other than that, yeah, not bad. So like I say, 377-3 over here, that's what comes with my 171, sorry. East Coastway Remaster is free to all players who own East Coastway or who buy it, obviously going forward. And then the 171-377-3 are their own little pack. I've got to say, from its perspective, developing the 170 is a pretty good little idea. I managed to use it on 5 Circle, and then a gameplay pack for Cross City, and now for this. So for basically the cost of developing one train, and I know there's differences, but they're not that big. Come on, lads. Yeah, pretty good little spinner for them. So we'll hop in the cab, key on, reverse it to neutral, open doors on the left, I'll get rid of my hood, and then we'll put in all of our safety systems. Now, because I can't see the platform start signal from here, and there's no off indicator provided, we are going to set the DRA. 377 pulling in there. We've got still 32 until we need to depart. Oh, and I can register my GSMR because that works now. There you go, 1 Golf 61. So you've got the old style maquette on there, the GTR style maquette on that. You've got lovely first class seats, which I think the primary difference on these is they've got the musquettes. Because if I head through into standard class accommodation, the seats are pretty identical, but they just have no musquette. And obviously it's a 2-2 instead of a 2-1 seating arrangement. You've got the lav here. Then you've got the space saver lav here. And you make your way through. And this is the back of the train. Like I say, these have been rearranged throughout the years. But this goes to Ashford. We're running it as far as Eastbourne. Tail lamps on at the back. I need to check that we've got headlights at the front. And then we can jump on and we can go. No headlamps, that's a minor incident, if I may say so myself. So we'll do day running, jump back down, and got headlights with markers. In the chair we go. And just counting down, 13 seconds till we're due. 10, and I'll close the doors at 10 seconds. Come with quite a few Rivet products. Get a buzz. Reverse it to forward. Reset. Notch 3. Brakes coming off. So I'm trying for the sort of general DME acceleration pattern of pulling away in notch 3, then up to notch 5, then up to notch 7. It is it's actually 25 limit through the station, so I'm stopping at 15. Notch 5 up to 25. So this is the day after release for me, and there's already some pretty cool little patches out, including third rail patch flashes, which I don't actually have installed, I don't think, which is a shame. But I'm going to aim to cover that though in a future video. I do really enjoy this route, to be fair. I'm glad it had a remaster because it was showing its age, and on the older routes like this, you just don't want to run them because they do not look as good. There's a 30 post. It's basically 1 potato, 2 potato. There we go, into notch off. We can just sit and coast the train in. Daz isn't simulated, which is a shame. But other than that, absolutely love this bridge. This is obviously Bob Brighton, and one of the features, which I'm not sure is still in actually. I should check really. 55. We'll just gun it for 55. Is you can basically put Brighton Pride in, which is quite fun. As you pass through London Road Station. Next station we'll pass through will be Moulscombe. I believe that's how I pronounce it. Yeah, it's Moulscombe. No, because it's Mouls. Like, yeah, Mouls are what? Mouls? Mouls. No, it's Mouls. Moulscombe. Moulscombe. And yeah, loses next in 7.5 miles overall. And that's from Brighton, of course. 45. Sorry. So yeah, quick capture of the 171, I guess. Actually, we'll go through acceleration here to 70. You've got train lighting overall, train lighting on off, windscreen demist. That's cool. All the lights on, which is a bit of a shame. Headlight controls, 4 indicators, AC, DSD holdover. That's fun. Door release. Yeah, basically general train switches. Throttle, 7 notches of power, 3 steps of brake. Reverser, key, and then that's your door power key as well, because I believe you can probably turn off control of the doors to yourself, basically. DRA, on off, doesn't work when you're moving, interestingly. Speedo, brake, door interlock lights, TPWS lights, safety signalisation warning, AWS reset, wiper controls, sander, hazards. Door controls for the right, WSP warning light, GSMR, horn. Back on the power, keep us at 60. And this is Falmer Station. Falmer Station, tiny little station, but has insane amounts of capacity, because it's built right next to a football ground. Yeah, I believe that's the football ground to the right. Basically, it doesn't get that many passengers, but when it does, they all come at once. Right, 70 in the tunnel. So we are on the power, just accelerating away. As you can see, the 171 not mega fast, but well, not got mega top end basically. Next landmark I'm looking out for as we cruise along here. This is also up a hill in the 171's defence. That's downhill. Interesting. Am I actually accelerating though? Yes, I am. Good. So the next landmark I'm looking out for is a distance signal, and after that I take a brake application to slow us. Or when I see it, sorry, I take a brake application to slow us to 55. I'm going to try notch 4 just to keep us sort of at some sort of speed. I do love like this area. It's very pretty. Again, the update here makes it feel like a new route, and that is what Remaster should be, in my opinion. You know, the Colnacken one, I had a little look at it, and it doesn't feel as good. Or like as much love went into it as went into this. Distance signal. $55. Bosh. Next thing I'm looking out for is a Morpeth board. And that's for a 10. And that's telling me when we are, basically, that 10 is in the limits of Lewes Station. No, God no. We'll coast up to it. Basically, I do believe we're actually against a red aspect with a service changing directions in Lewes that comes out towards us. That blocks us, in theory. But if he leaves on time, then we should be able to get platformed quite well. Just drag step 1 a brake on, entering the tunnel. Yeah, that's the service that will be affecting us. That's a 3773 we're crossing with. Is that a dash 4 on the rear? Didn't actually count the amount of vehicles he had on. We'll say it was a dash 4 on the rear. As we sort of slow gently for Lewes. Crap. Yeah, I booked it in there way too hard. But anyway, this is my first look, obviously as well as a route liner for this with the 171. I should have said that sooner. I apologise for not saying that sooner. Now approaching a red signal, so I'm easing my way in. It's obviously an old disused platform, I think. Sort of lined up to be one. I wonder what that would have been for. Or was that just like Brighton stoppers, basically? Of course. Luckily, though, we're stopping here, so we set a strong brake application. We open the door. Let's have a look into lose. I do think this is probably. Yeah, I could dig that being a three platform actually. Yeah, that would make sense given the signal arrangement here. Because there's obviously the signal's pulled well back, and I believe that's to do with signal overrun territory under modern standards. But yeah. Anyway, pop the door shut. In the cab, in the chair we get, and I'm going to do a little jump cut. Alrighty, jump cut complete. Close the doors and go. Our next stop in around 11 miles is Polegate. So we start in a 10 limit, so there we go. We stopped and it turned to green, so we didn't set the DRA. So there is auto announcer playing inside. I have got it turned on very low because last time I was recording it was on the HST. Drinky poo. Alright, going up to 40. And then we're going to chuck it into idle. Okay, interesting. So that's an interesting feature. Full power. So you can see, because we are a 2-car, I can accelerate pretty immediately after passing accelerations, because the 171 is mechanically very similar to a 165, which is mechanically very similar. Oh, 165, 166, apologies, which are mechanically very similar to 158. So basically, the gearbox takes time to fill. It's a hydraulic gearbox which takes time to fill when you take power. So let's look at the. There we go. Rounding the curve. It's a 70, and I've just closed the Wikipedia tab I was looking at for information on the loco. Hilarious, marvelous, fabulous. It fills my heart with a warm, fuzzy feeling. Right, 171 tab. BL171 done. So they were built at Church Lane in Derby. So they are basically 170. So these were actually transferred down from Scott Rail, I believe, or at least some of them were. Bear with me. Yes. So the ones. Oh, okay. So the 1717s. Interesting. I've got a memory of some of them being brought down from Scotland. Basically, the primary difference between this and a 170, and the big difference that everyone cares about, is the coupler. So these are fitted with Delnas, whereas the originals, the original 170s, are fitted with BSI tight lock couplers. That's basically so the originals can work in multiple with other Sprinter series units, so 158s, 156s, pretty not uncommon. Whereas these are designed so they can not work in multiple with, but assist or be assisted by class 375, 377 in the event that they themselves become failed. Oh, okay, got a TSR. I'm going to slow it down to 40. Or an ESR, I should say, sorry. Didn't get any Daleks, but we can live with that. And this is Barrack. The East Coastway is a bit of a strange route for me. I haven't really played it much, but I have spent quite a bit of time on it because, for those of you who don't know, back in the day I used to work for a little company called Dovetail Games. Yep, I was one of their people, and when I did, that 40 post is bloody miles away. I slowed down much too soon. I did take a quote normal break application, but oh well. We've lost time for it, but it is what it is. Yes, so basically when I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was basically told just to prove that everything worked, so I did. And that was on this route when this was being tested, just pre-release, back when it first came out the first time round. So yes, okay, oh, haha. The fleet is fitted with coupling devices. Delno is different from the other turbo styles, and as such are classified as Class 171s for that reason. The 4-car units were built with the new couplers 170. 2-car units were filter fitted at a later date and reclassified as 1717s after the modification. That makes sense. So the 1718s are the originals. These guys came in to provide more capacity. Okay, I didn't see any of the posts regarding that, but we'll just go. There's a 90 post. Let's go for that. So Southern gained 173.90 from Southwest Trains. The coupler on that unit has also been changed to the Delna, had also been changed to the Delna type, and the unit had been reclassified and renumbered from 390 to 171.730. The unit was first delivered carrying Southern livery and the number 170.727. Because Southwest Trains needed another 170, it was cheaper to place another unit on the Southern order than place a new order. It never operated in this form and was transferred to Southwest Trains with K17392. These trains all have electric onboard displays and automated next station announcements. Southern acquired an initial fleet of 6 2-car 1717s and 6 4-car 1718s to replace the aging Slamdor 205 and 207 Thumpers. Yes, so the units were first introduced on the Marshalling line from Ashford to Hastings and were extended in 2005 to Brighton, but in 2018 the service was cut back to Eastbourne due to overcrowding and a shortage of additional diesel stock. Services on the Uxted to Uckfield branch on the Uxted line rate also transferred to Turbostar operation. Services from London Bridge to Uckfield went over to Turbostar operation late 2004. So, we're still going for 90, aren't we? Yeah. I don't know what happened. I didn't see any of the signage for that 40 TSL. So we've gone through Barrack. Did we deal with that? I'm confused and afraid. Title of my sex type. That wasn't Barrack, was it? No, it was Glind. Of course, I forgot about Glind. Yes, I was right. 171201 was converted from a former ScotRail 170 in 2016. Thought so. So the 1712, which isn't modelled. This all makes sense now. Sorry, I'm just. Yes, my head now makes sense. Oh, and in September 2022, 171202, 401, and 402 were transferred to East Midlands. Interesting. Former ScotRail unit's been all around the house. He's worked in Scotland, down here, and on East Midlands now. Actually, no, just go idle. There we are. Eighty post. And there's the 90. Do a proper little flyby down on the track level from track level. I'm stuck to the wrong side of the fence with my camera. Yeah. I love the rail singing sound. This is one of the new features with the revamp. The revampulator. Sorry. I don't know where that came from. There is actually quite a bit of new stuff coming. The pace of releases for Train Sim World has gone up quite substantially. And I'm a fan of that. I don't know if this is Focus forcing Dovetail to create more. There was a guide out now on the Vector Simulations page. Now, this reminds me of a waypoint. There's 1.1 to go. We're passing this bridge. So go back to idle. I've not made it to 90 today on this run yet, which is upsetting. And then I'll just take a step on brake up. See the station there, and here comes 171 coming the other way. You can see that's a 171-4, because it's a 4 car. Correct, 171-8. 171-8, my apologies. I am silly Billy. From Polegate, it's 3.7 miles to go until Eastbourne. This area definitely feels drastically busy. I like even just the ivy hanging on that building there. Big step up in the world. Big fan of that little cabling down there as well. I'm not sure what it does, not sure what it's for, but it looks cool. I remember on this station I got stuck a few times doing a scenario where basically you had to walk down the platform and you just got stuck. Oh, it was the door reset. Just recycle the door from the cab. I happen to know that now, but I didn't at the time. 2-car stop marker. And we'll do doors on the right. On the left, correction. I can't talk. That does remind me, actually. What have I got? Oh, I'm late. Oh, yeah, of course I am. There's no one in first class, so I'm happy to leave the cab door open. I'm just seeing if there's a guards panel on this door. Ah, it's here. So it's on every middle door in the driving vehicle. Got you. In the chair we go. Let's lock the doors and go. I like that there's a different sound effect associated with it. So you like the brake notches sound different to the power notches. So we're a start of 35. So I'm actually going to leave it in step 3 and just let it accelerate in that position. So I'm just going to have a look at the changelog for East Coastway Remaster whilst we're driving along here. Timetables and layers. So, this is the add-on. So yeah, the timetable's drastically improved. Includes 322 playable services with 376 if you include all the layers. That consists of the RHTT, Brighton Mainline, Thameslink Class 700, Class 20, Class 86-2, Tees Valley Line, ROG 37, Flying Scotsman, Class 33 and Riviera Line. 171, so we've talked about that. 377-3, 35. The 3773s were rebuilt to 3753s for Connect Southeast and later Southeastern, but 28 of them were transferred to Southern. Their designation was changed when they were transferred to reflect the fitting of DOO equipment, and they're changed to Darner couplers, though the 375s would eventually get Darners as well. They are formed of 3 carriages and are third rail only. The main difference between the 3773s and the 377s already in game are the older headlight clusters, the interior, which is 2+2 seating throughout, with first class only on one end, and the number of cars is 3 instead of 4. This change in formation also has the knock-on effect of performance feeling a little different, with one less motor coach than before. So we are up to 70 now. With the 377 we're crossing with, that's a dash 4. Yep, pair of dash 4s, that's an 8 car. That is one of the good things about 377s, is you can make up pretty much what you can do 6, 7, 8, 9. You can't really do 10. Now I'm just being sort of a bit more on my toes here. No, it is a 70 actually, I'm just being overly cautious. Rag it. So this is a route that I'm not mega, well, like I said, I'm not mega big on, don't drive it that often. I did it in the January when I was doing my sort of southeastern stuff. Because it is a good route and it is a... Okay, I'm not going to say it's a good route, it's a valid route. It's a valid route. 65, I'll leave it there. I do feel like I'm driving overly cautiously today, but other than that, it's a good little outing, this. No, I'm in idle. I'm being daft. Leave it in idle. Leave it in off. Our next speed limit is a 25. The landmark I'm looking out for is on the right hand side. the approach of the depot at Eastbourne. Basically, the end of the wash road there is when I start taking my brake application for a 25 slowdown. What are the updates to 3774 and the 313 as part of the update? You've got touch for lighting, train fault on the motor of wipers, onboard announcement, suspension, wheel blur's been fixed, guard mode's been added, driver assist is updated apparently. On the route in general, you've got touch for lighting, updated landscape and foliage assets, updated track and balance, including new track shadows. It's too, I think we're too low light for that to be noticeable. Updated signal visuals. I agree, actually, the signals I can see a lot further out now. And now we go step 1 for the slowdown to 25. New and updated scenery, updated distance scenery, opened Lovers Walk depot. That was always open, huh? Updated depot and yard areas around Brighton Station, updated yard areas around Eastbourne, added disused New Haven Marine Station, added rail singing, which we've heard, added AI whistle boards for stock with AI whistle functionality, fixed scenery issues which caused some assets to vanish whilst it went screenshots, station announcements. So that's idle and that's that position, cool. Got a proceed aspect on our signal repeater, another 3774. On its own this time. I can say that's Eastbourne depot on the right hand side. If you look at it on Google Maps, you still see a bunch of 442s in there. So in signaling at platform 2, 25, this doesn't slow down at times. In idle, we're going to approach the station, put our brake in, and just skim the speed off. But other than that, thank you for watching today's video, folks. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe to see more from me on an increasingly regular basis. I post videos every Monday, Saturday and Sunday. So like I say, don't forget to come check out the videos. On Mondays you get train sims. On Saturday and Sunday you get flight sim or some other sorts of games I'm playing. All usually around the simulation or roleplay game genre. Because I have that kind of the tism. On that note, folks, once again, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye. Obviously, the video's not going on until I stop, but you all disappear at this stage. The punters are all walking down to come get the train because it continues to Ashford. And I leave it here because the route doesn't continue to Ashford. We go foot brakes in full service, reverser goes to the off position, key off the desk, and there we go. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Oh look, I'm platinum.